Hello viewers and welcome to another big episode of Your 4x4 coming to you from the Kimberley. Now Danny, what an absolutely awesome location we've slept at last night.
That's beautiful, Simon. We're at Charlney River Station and this campsite is definitely one of the better ones that we've had all the way along the Kimberley.
Well Danny, the convoy's all packed up and ready to go. We've got a ripper day ahead of us. What have you got planned for us?
This morning we're going to stay on the station and head out to Grevillea Gorge for a bit of a swim and a look around. We might even get to check out the pools down there too.
Well, I'm already hot. A swim sounds good to me, Danny. Let's get into it.
No worries.
Your 4x4 is partnered by the Holden Colorado 7, Lightforce Performance Lighting, Brown Davis Automotive, Kmart 4-wheel drive accessories, ARB 4x4 accessories, Piranha Off-Road products, Berrima Diesel, HEMA Maps and Cooper Tyres.
Good afternoon, Alan Johnson here from Piranha Off-Road Products.
Jeff Newey from Cooper Tyres. Alan, we woke up this morning at Charlney Station.
We headed off to the gorge, which is Grevillea Gorge.
Grevillea Gorge.
Is actually on the property,
yes,
which is really nice. You don't have to go off the property for anything.
G'day, I'm Andrew from DP Chip.
And I'm Cliff from Cooper Tyres. Getting here was pretty simple, wasn't it? It was only a short drive from our amazing campsite last night.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, the roads are getting good. They've been graded in here. You know, there's a lot of rock you've got to watch out for, but we're not pacing along in this section once we're inside the property, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Quite a few rocks, a bit of sand there on the corner, so a little bit of, I don't know, if you weren't watching you could have gotten into trouble. No two ways about that. But a lot of fun.
It's not a big trek, but it's a hard trek. It's very rocky.
Well, Cliff, here we are, mate, Grevillea Gorge.
It's an amazing place, isn't it? It's spectacular. This would be full bore in the wet season, wouldn't it? We're standing right in the middle of a gorge.
It's huge. Probably something actually, you know, you've got to be here really, I think, is that the camera can't really probably give the full appreciation of how huge this is.
116 kilo safe working load.
And then obviously when you get to near the bottom of it, there's the ladder of eternal peril, which is a big long aluminium ladder which has been sort of lashed to the rocks.
Oh, really?
Probably 20 feet long. So you climb it down that and then you're actually into the bottom of the gorge.
Well, what an impressive sight Grevillea Gorge is. Check out how deep the pool is behind me. I can only imagine what it's like rushing full of water in the wet season.
That bowl right down the bottom there, that's a long way down.
That must be 20 or 30 metres deeper than where we're standing now. It's incredible.
The guys were talking about that second water hole they found, how cold it was as well.
Oh yes, yes, there's some pretty brave swimmers down there.
Well, it's hard to say that it gets any better than this, guys, but have a look. What an amazing waterhole. Crystal clear. I don't know how deep it was, but it was over 15 feet deep in there. Absolutely beautiful. Now, going a little bit further can make the big difference. We've had a big climb to get down here. We've now got a big climb to get out, but I also pushed through the foliage at the end there and found some amazing rock art. Unfortunately, the camera guys couldn't get through there, but it just goes to show you've got to poke around a bit. Be prepared to do a bit of exploring the Kimberley. It's got so many secrets up here, guys. You've got to get out here.
This week, Adam Irison has written in, "I love my GU Patrol because it's such a capable four-wheel drive that allows the family and I to get to those isolated outback locations."
Thanks, and for sending in that email, you've won yourself a HEMA Kimberley Atlas and Guide and a Piranha Premium Fluoro. All entries go into the series prize pack of a Brown Davis long-range fuel tank, a pair of Light Force Venom 50-watt HID driving lights, and an RFI UHF antenna pack plus stubby holder cap and water bottle. Plus, all viewers have a chance of winning a set of Cooper tyres valued at up to $1,800. Visit the YOUR4X4 website and follow the links to enter. Got a tough 4x4 tourer and enjoy hitting the tracks? Odds are you'll need some serious underguard protection and a heavy-duty long-range tank. Brown Davis Automotive offer aluminised steel underguard protection plates and long-range tanks for most popular makes and models. They're designed and developed right here in Australia and have been tested to the extreme right across this great country. Remember Brown Davis Automotive. It's a trusted and family-owned Aussie business and proud manufacturers of high-end tanks, underguards and more.
Sometimes the front runners lead from behind. And when it comes to protecting your rear, Kmart are world leaders in rear end protection and tow bar combinations. The just released Prado 150 is no exception. With a bar that is designed to follow the car's lines and work with your sensors and factory camera. For the best in rear end protection, trust Kmart. It's a statement, not just an accessory, but the toughest of 4x4 trips. For more info, go to kmart.com.au.
Now, who doesn't want more power? And I bet that most of you with diesels have your hands in the air. DP Chip is not a snack food, it's the real deal, and simply modifies the engine's fuel injection parameters to increase performance to a measurable difference of up to 35% more power and torque and up to 10% better economy. DP Chip, the only diesel power chip with a 5-year warranty, 24/7 tech support and user adjustability. For more information on DP Chip Diesel Power, call 02 4877 1022 or visit dpchip.com.
30-second kitchen, a kitchen in 30 seconds. Fridge slide first. Fridge slide's got 130 kilo tracks in it, so it's nice and tough. Remove the R-clip, don't lose it. Drop the pin, leg locker, kitchen out. Lock kitchen down here, retrieve the R-clip, lock on here, R-clip in. Leg here, pull them together, stove, billy. How good's that, guys? Couldn't ask for quicker.
Hi, I'm Sean O'Donnell from Light Force Australia.
And I'm Cameron Brown from Brown Davis Automotive.
So Cameron, what woke you up this morning?
Well, this morning I actually originally thought it was maybe a trick played on me by some of the younger kids here, but I woke up this morning with a frog right next to my chin, pretty much on my face. So I woke up, that's a great feeling. So after I flicked that out, I thought, look, this has woken me up, I've got to get up. So I opened the tent zips to almost trip over a peacock.
Fair dinkum.
How good was it to camp on flat ground with grass cover?
After the previous night, good.
Well, you're in a rooftop tent, so you probably don't care so much, but I'm swagging it, so I really enjoyed the flat ground.
You're really down at dust level, isn't it? No,
right.
It was good.
And I know you did, because I saw you up at 4 o'clock this morning, you heard the dingoes, yeah?
It was good,
It was
yeah,
amazing,
that's
wasn't
correct.
it? Yeah.
Well, it was a pretty action-packed night. I got out and had to listen for a while, and they were sort of off in the distance, and then you heard whether it was a different one or he's just cruising around. So I thought I'd better heed the warnings and got all the shoes, and which I should have already done, put them up in the top.
And I mean, that pretty much describes exactly what we're dealing with here. And then I mean, if we split slightly here, and then they zoom in, directly behind us, as you can see, 3 small little wallabies. And I mean, that pretty much sums up the area we're in and the amazing campsite we've managed to find.
What a spot this is, Charnley River Station.
So after the gorge, we headed out again, back onto the corrugations and bumps.
Back onto the Gibb River Road.
Back onto the Gibb River Road again. From the Gibb River Road, we noticed a little bit of a funny smell coming off one of the cars.
It was a very acidic smell, and as the corrugations got worse,
the smell got worse. Yes.
Yes. What was it?
It was a battery.
Oh, okay.
We were lucky we stopped at the Aboriginally owned service centre where we met some very friendly people. We were able to get drinks and ice creams and stuff and check out the situation with the battery that had died.
Been running with a fairly sulphurous smell for the last few kilometres. Thought we'd check our battery out back at that last shooting spot. And a little bit of smoke coming up off the battery and a bit of a hissing noise. I'd say we've ruptured a battery.
Corrugations, it's tough. That's what it's about. Problem is you can't run without a main battery. Oh, look at it. Oh my God, that's really hot. Well, okay,
hot.
Practical, Simon. You can run the car off one battery. You could run it off the auxiliary.
Yeah.
To do that, all we'd have to do is disconnect one of the terminals, the positive terminal here, and swing that one over onto there.
Yep.
Guys, this is all about remote travel. We've done 4,000 Ks from Melbourne and now a few thousand Ks travelling around all of the Kimberley area. What we have out here are the two biggest enemies of batteries, that is corrugations or vibration and extreme heat. You combine those two things together and they are absolute battery killers.
What's caused that, Al?
Well, effectively when a battery gets old or gets a bit tired and it's given a hard time, it starts to sulfate. Sulfate's like a skin that builds over the plates, and when it gets cooked, when you try to charge it, the acid can't get into the plate, so it actually boils like a kettle, like a cooking kettle.
Looking just like it.
Exactly, and once it starts cooking the electrolyte, then obviously you get the fumes off it and the whole thing's, it's knackered. It's not a thing you can do. This battery is now dead. It's not usable anymore. If you were to continue driving with this, and this is where it's really important, the electricity that was trying to charge the battery is going to make those elements inside get hotter and hotter and hotter until the electrolyte boils, spitting all the liquid out the side, which is corrosive. The second thing is once that liquid's boiled away, the battery will actually start melting and is potentially a fire hazard. That's really, really important.
Crack the housing or something?
Well, quite possibly, but the point of the matter is it's buggered. There's nothing we can do to fix it. If you could afford it, I'd pour a little bit of water over it to cool everything down gently.
Yep. Are we doing all that here?
We kind of got no choice.
Yeah, cool. No, that's all right, because you can pay $2 for Wi-Fi here, so I might go sit down and...
Well, we're going to be here for at least half an hour,
Talk
Cam.
to a couple of chicks.
Yeah, check it out. This is exactly the type of thing you can't prepare for, you know what I mean? It's just, it's a new car. The battery's not that old. What can you say? This is part of travelling, you know, it's remote area travel. The fix, so that's what you need to know. The fix was actually very ingenious, very simple. If that touches anything, we're in all sorts of so we don't really want to pull the back off that. No. So I'm kind of thinking actually, just as I know it's butcherous, but we disconnected the positive terminal off the main battery, which was the battery which had failed. Run that down onto that, put something underneath here so it doesn't touch, and it's a roadside repair. We isolated that terminal completely. If that touches the bonnet, you're back in trouble again, really big trouble, because you'll blow a hole in the bonnet, again, potentially a fire.
But that's got to run the car, the fridge,
everything.
Headlights.
I know. And it's not,
will it take that current?
It will probably melt, but it won't melt straight away. I mean, it's not going to melt in 5 minutes. We're now running the vehicle completely off the auxiliary battery, which now becomes the main battery. Yet another really important reason to run a proper dual battery system in your engine bay. Does anybody have a piece of rubber or something we can use to put underneath this to stop it touching onto the terminal?
Yeah, stubby holder.
Actually, stubby holder's a damn fine idea. That's a good Australian solution too. I like that. That will work well. If anything fries badly, I'll yell to stop, okay? Okay, it's all good. Shut it down. Now, the great thing is, because of the backup of Holden, we've been able to get ourselves a brand new battery for this car, which is coming into the next town. We'll pop that battery in with no major modifications, just a few minutes work. We're back on the road again safely. And Simon needs an ice cream, and we can probably have a crack at moving on.
This week's first entry is this 80 series Land Cruiser, out on a hunting trip in western New South Wales. Apparently this is the first trip out in the Prado, and it looks like fun to me. Shown here on the tracks around Walhalla. Next is this JK Wrangler, the owner's first four-wheel drive. This shot was taken while exploring the Wombat State Forest. And another first trip. This time the GU Patrol is on its first adventure out to Loveday 4x4 Adventure Park. And the last entry this week is this 200 series Land Cruiser, dropping into Palm Creek on the old Telegraph track.
If you're the first to see your photo and email Danny at your4x4.com.au, then you've won yourself a Lightforce tack torch and stubby holder and a Brown Davis ute tub seal kit. All photo entries go into the series draw of a DP chip plug-and-go pedal chip, a HEMA HN7 GPS navigator, and a Travel Buddy oven for hot food on the go. Plus there's a chance to win a set of Cooper tyres. Check the Your4x4 website for details.
Warning, beware of imitation lights. Only Lightforce performance lighting guarantees Australian made, no leaking or melting, quality output and 3-year warranty. Unlike their imitators, Lightforce lights feature peerless construction, leak-proof seals, impact-proof lenses and filters, vibration and fracture-resistant mounts and housing, and and stainless steel fittings, outshining and outlasting their impersonators in every way. Often imitated, never replicated. Visit lightforce.com for the full range of authentic Lightforce lights.
Who has a range of SUVs that you can grow with?
When we were younger, we thought everyone was on our side. Then we grew a little and romanticized the time I saw flowers in your hair. 'Cause it takes a boy to live, it takes a man to pretend he was there.
Think SUV. Think Holden.
ARB, Australia's largest manufacturer and distributor of 4x4 accessories, has everything you need for your next off-road adventure. From bull bars and suspension to recovery gear and lights, we've got four-wheel drives of all shapes and sizes covered. Whether you're heading off to bitumen for a weekend getaway or preparing for that epic round Australia trip, enjoy a safer, more comfortable journey with ARB. To order a copy of our free catalogue, visit our website or give us a call.
This week's question comes from John Penny, and John has written, are there any advantages of installing an additional aftermarket fuel filter for added protection when filling up in remote locations? With pre and post setups available, as well as water traps, which gives the best protection? Well, John, someone who knows a lot about diesel fuel is Andrew Limeroth from Berrima Diesel, so let's find out the answer.
That's a very, very common one, John. Let's go back to the basics. Regular servicing, and when you come on big trips, service everything before you leave, in particular filters. Make sure you start a trip with a brand new one. You probably won't need to worry about it while you're gone. Do you need additional pre-filters and all that sort of stuff? My advice is, if you're going to do it, and we do have those systems available and we do use them, it is actually a proper pre-filter. Now, a pre-filter means one that's much coarser than the main filter. If we look at common rail nowadays, they're working down to about 2 microns. A pre-filter from most of the big manufacturers now comes out anywhere from a couple of 100 microns down to about 50 to 30. So even if we look at a 30 micron pre-filter, that's 15 times larger. So you could probably say it catches the rocks and rabbits and organises the fuel before it gets to the main filter. The best thing, of course, prevention is better than a cure. You actually want to be changing clean filters. So regular, no matter whether you use a pre-filter or don't, is the way to be.
Well, thanks for that question. You've won yourself a DP Chip Chippy Doll, capped stickers, pen, keyring and stubby holder, plus a pair of ARB Outback Survival socks, an ARB toaster and ARB cooler bag. All entries also go into the series draw for an ARB twin motor compressor, a Kmart $1,500 voucher for Osbar or Kmart, and a Projector 600 watt Pure Sine Pro Wave inverter. Plus everyone has a chance of winning up to $1,800 worth of Cooper tyres. Follow the links on the YOUR4X4 website for full details.
We were able to swap over the car's electrical system onto the auxiliary battery in the car, which means effectively there was very, very little downtime. Probably only spent about, 10-15 minutes at the store.
About it.
Then headed more corrugations into this magnificent spot we are right now, which is Bell's Gorge. We basically rocked in here, a bit of dust, driving into the sun.
That's correct.
And that was probably pretty memorable because the point of that is that's really exactly what you're not supposed to do, is drive into the sun when it's really, really, really dusty.
Zero visibility there a couple of times. We actually had to stop.
But it wasn't very far from the store to here, and we had a mission to do, so that was good. We got here safely. It was terrific. Great spot to be.
Yep, didn't take long to set up at all.
No. And this is not a bad camping spot.
Very
clean toilets, showers that work.
Friendly rangers.
Friendly ranger. Brown grass, not green grass. But behind us there's a magnificent little creek right through the back there. The place is called Silent Grove, and it's a lovely, quiet, beautiful spot. Birds tweeting again.
And we're going snake hunting tonight.
Snake hunting tonight?
Yes.
Fantastic day.
Wonderful.
Well, viewers, I don't know if it's worth putting in a poll, sending in emails or getting onto the forums, but how is that growth on Danny's face going? We'd love to hear your comments. Danny, it's a week old, going strong?
Yeah, it's still going.
And you're not going to shave the whole trip?
I haven't found the razors yet, Simon.
Total of 20 episodes, a whole month out here in the Kimberley. Bloody awesome. Now, honestly, guys, I do have to say a big thank you to Danny and Sally, Danny's wife, for putting together all of the itinerary for this trip. They have pulled together some fantastic options of where we've been staying, great campsites, great things to see. It's been awesome touring every day. On that note, Danny, we've seen some fantastic sights again today.
Yep, we've been travelling a fair bit today. We stopped in at the Imintji Roadhouse, and we're here tonight at Silent Grove. Silent Grove is not very silent, it is jam-packed, viewers, so make sure you get in early. Now, we're not far from Grevillea Gorge, so we'll be seeing that on next week's episode, or for us, tomorrow morning. Grevillea Gorge will probably take the whole day for us. We've got to drive up, hike in, there'll be definitely swimming, it'll be great. Can't wait to get back into that water. The swimming for me, Danny, has been a big bonus across the Kimberley. Shay, your daughter's been loving the swimming? She sure has. I think everybody has. Well, viewers, tune in for another big episode of Your 4x4 touring across the Kimberley next week. I'm Simon Christie. I'm Danny Sparks' Cousins.